So today I'm going to show you guys why this double jig rig is super important this time of year. Not only does it allow you to get two baits in the water at the same time, but it also lets you figure out a little bit faster how deep the fish are. And if you want to put two different, sizes of plastic on there, you can do that. There's one. That's a crappie. Good crappie right there. There's one. Nice crappie. Real nice fish. Alright, we are going to switch it up to this double jig rig here. Got the double jig rig, 1 32nd ounce jig heads for both. And I've got 2.5 inch dancers and Viper. Both baits. Let's go see if we can't convince one to come up. And if you want to put two different, sizes of plastic on there, you can do that. We'll kind of clue you in on what type of bait they're looking for. You just got to pay attention to what bait they're coming on the which hook the fish are biting. So what I'm going to do here in a little bit is I'm going to switch one of these plastics to something different, just to see if the fish prefer something over the other. We just cast this out and let it sink for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then begin that nice little medium retrieve. There's one. That's a crappie. Good crappie right there. Good crappie on that double jig rig. There we go. Nice fish. Beautiful, beautiful fish right there. Good looking crappie. Double jig rig. Alright. So what we're going to do right now on this double jig rig setup, right now I've got everything the same, just different jig head colors. They're both 1 32nd ounce. That last fish I caught came on the top jig, so we're going to leave that top jig alone. We're going to switch this bottom jig to a 2-inch chub bait in disco gold. And there we go. We are all set up, ready to rock. This double jig rig is a good year-round way to just go out and catch crappie no matter what. You can cast and retrieve this. Ooh, that was a good bite. You can vertical jig this. You can put this under a slip cork. You can do so many different things with this, and it is just deadly. So like I was saying before, you can vary things up with this double jig rig. You can have one jig different from the other jig. They don't have to be uniform. When you split things up like that, a different presentation on a different hook, you can kind of narrow things down a little bit faster than you could with just a single jig. I think I just switched up a body style, and I noticed that I got 2 bites on back-to-back casts. Should have caught a fish that second cast. I just didn't let him eat long enough. That's okay. We learn from it and keep fishing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch this top bait out. It's from a 2.5 inch Dancer and Viper to an 1.5 inch Bandit and Gold Rush. Downsize a little bit. It is fall now, so never hurts to take a downsized approach. There he is. Yep, okay. Eating that bottom jig too. That's a smaller crappie, but he ate that bigger bait. Okay. There we go. Another nice fish on the double jig rig. That fish came on this 2.5 inch chub in disco gold for brush pile jigs. Alright, we're going to get that pushed back up, and we're going to get back into fishing. So that ate the bottom jig. Okay, it's a 2-inch bait with that gold color. My top bait also has gold in it now, so it's a little bit smaller profile. So let's see if we can put together a pattern here. So when it comes to fishing this double jig rig, you want to be able to throw it about anywhere. You want to be able to get it up shallow, especially this time of year. You want to be able to get it deep, let it sink down. You want to be able to do a little bit of everything with this to help you narrow down where these fish are at a lot quicker. So I'm throwing at bank lines, I'm throwing at submerged structure that I know is here, I'm throwing at deep holes, letting it sink, doing a little bit of everything. Seems like this time of year, these fish start getting aggressive again. They don't necessarily want something sitting still. It's almost like they want to chase it down and kill it. So we're going to keep the baits moving. We're going to figure out how fast they want it. And this rig is a good way to narrow those options down real quick to find out what's going to be the best thing to throw for you. Here's one. Ooh, that's a good crappie too. Yep, good crappie on that bottom jig. Good fish. There we go. Pretty nice fish. Double jig rig, got that 2-inch chub. Disco gold right in his mouth. Alright. So now, we've got a little bit of a pattern on this bottom jig. I don't know if it's because it's the deeper jig or if it's the body style. So, I'm going to throw it in a few more different areas. Try to knock a couple fish down with it. And we should be able to pinpoint it after that. That's the beautiful thing about this double jig rig, is it can tell you so much about, you know, the fish and their behavior for the day or the hour much quicker than with a single jig. You can learn how deep these fish are real fast. You can learn maybe what they're preferring to eat. That's why it's important to put two different jig styles or sizes on this double jig rig and just run A/B tests basically. Gives you a lot of power to figure these fish out. There's one. That's a good crappie, man. That thing was fighting like crazy. Now that's on that top jig, okay. There you are. Another nice crappie on the day. Thanks to that double jig rig. We're catching fish on both jigs too. So that's telling me it's just a good day. Alright, both these jigs are still good to go. Let's keep catching crappie. This is just proof how effective this rig can be. It's very important that you guys throw it this time of year, and all year for that matter. I'll show you guys how I tie the double jig rig real quick. I use 2 loop knots, so run your line through the jig eye. Make your tag extra long, probably, I don't know, 12-18 inches. Take the line, wrap it around 2 fingers, make a hole on the inside, go around 3 times, then put your line through the hole you created there. Take your 2 tag ends and pull it down. Next, take your long tag and do the exact same thing. Let's run that through. We'll get these jigs. We're going to go about 10 inches this time, but it's the exact same thing. Wrap around those 2 fingers, open that hole up. Put your line through the hole. Pull your tags down. There you go. And just trim off the excess. And you just choose your favorite plastics, throw them on there. I'm going to go brush pile jigs, of course. Alright, we're moving around a little bit. We're going to target a little bit more shallow water crappie here. Still got this double jig rig. Top, I've got a 2-inch chub in disco silver. Bottom, 1.5 bandit, gold rush. There's some. This one I think might be a crappie. Yep. Yep, got us one. Crappie on that double jig rig. Pretty nice fish. Not too bad. Alright, let's get him back. Alright, we made a quick change here. Still double jig rigging, of course. 2 1/32 ounce jig heads. Top jig, I've got a 1.5 bandit Meller Yeller. On the bottom, 2-inch hammer, green goblin. Let's see if this greens are the way to go. Alright, we're gonna throw some nibbles on. Crappie nibbles. Alright, we're loaded up. Got one. Yep, crappie. Not a crazy big one, but hey, got one. Adding a little scent seemed to help. There we go. Another nice crappie on the day. Good fish. Put him in the bucket. Alright. There's one. Good crappie too. Yep. Another nice fish. Crappie nibbles seem to be making a difference here. Another nice fish. Probably 8 inches. Alright, let's get him back. Let's reload up some nibbles. Seems to be the move today. I did that last cast, I did that on purpose too, so that bottom jig did not have a nibble on it. Top jig did. Fish ate the top jig, so. We switched it up here. We got the double jig rig underneath the float now, so. Got one. Crappie too. Yep, good fish. There we go. The double jig rig underneath the cork, still catching slabs. Like I said, there's a ton of ways to fish this, but there's not a wrong way to do it. Nice fish. Bottom jig. So all I did there is I casted that cork out, let those jigs get down to the depth they're going to get to. And then I'll just start retrieving. Just slow enough to take the slack out of the line until I feel a hit or see that bobber stop. And then I'll kill everything altogether. Got another one. That feels like a better one too. Yeah, another good crappie. There he is. Back-to-back casts. Same jig, the deep jig. There we are. Another nice crappie. Get him in the bucket. Let's keep it up. We might have figured something out here. Alright y'all, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys for joining. Be sure to take this double jig rig out. If you're going crappie fishing this fall, it's going to help you find these fish, and it's going to help you catch a lot more of them real quick. Hey, do me a favor, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Join the family, we would love to have you. If you guys want to learn more about crappie fishing or fishing in general, this is a channel for you. Alright y'all, thank you guys for joining. We'll catch you on the next one. My name's Austin.